What's up, everybody, man? It's your boys, Cam and T, back at it again with another episode of the Cam and T podcast. I am your co-host, Tony T. Time West, and we have our other co-host, Cam. Happy Tuesday, brother. Happy podcast day. How you doing today, man?
Happy pod day, bro. I'm
Yes,
doing good,
sir.
man. I can't complain. It's hot, bro. Man, I meant to
Yeah,
tell you
yeah,
this. Matter of fact, my
yeah.
my car, my AC out, man. My AC ain't doing nothing but blowing
What?
hot air in the car, And you know I
No.
I drive the whole day
Yeah,
pretty
you
much.
drive
So
all day.
man, I've been riding with the windows down, man.
How hot is it down there in Atlanta? I don't miss that. I'm not gonna lie. I don't miss how hot
But
it is down
it's
there.
been hitting like 85, bro.
What?
It's been hitting like 85. It's fine. You know what I'm saying? Like it's cool. It's fine weather, but it's like it's still hot though, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. It's kind of
Yeah.
been in Raleigh, man. It's kind of been. So let me explain. This weekend, it was kind of chilly up here. For it to be like the end of May, June, it was like 73, 72 degrees. It was weird. But today, I feel like they turned the heat up a little bit. Like today, it was like
Yeah.
83, 84. But the weather here has been real rainy. Like since I've been in Raleigh now. Oh wow, yesterday or 2 days ago makes a month. Since I've been here, it's rained. I want to say like 80% of the time I've been here. Not gonna lie, it's done a lot of raining since I've been here. And maybe that's why it's been kind of cooler. But yeah, bro, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. The weather today was nice. It was nice, not hot, but it was nice though. But yeah, let's jump into it. Tonight gonna be a really fun show, y'all. NBA finals are set between the Pacers and the Thunder. We're gonna talk about that. Cam, I don't know, and we'll talk about this, I guess, when we get there. This is the first NBA finals with like two smaller market teams that I can remember, at least in my brain, and we can go through it. But at least in recent history, I can't remember another time where, I can't remember where it's been, a situation where um we got two small market teams. So we'll talk about that. I want to talk a little bit King of the Hill, Cade Klubnik edition. We're gonna kind of talk about where he stands at least, as far as as far as when it comes to just where a lot of hype right now. So I kind of want to see how you feel about it overall, and we'll talk about it going forward. But that's kind of what we're gonna talk about tonight. But Cam, go ahead and get us kicked off, bro. Talk to me about the finals. Kind of get us going here while I try to see what the heck is going on with my audio. So go ahead and try to get us figured out here.
Yeah, man. So I think it started on what, Thursday, Pacers and Thunder. Um
Yeah.
Man, I know me and you talked about it a little bit last week, but
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know how I feel about it, man. Like I think it should be a good series. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? But
Yeah.
at the same time, it don't surprise me if it's gonna be a quick series either. Like I wouldn't be surprised if it ends in I hate to say it, I wouldn't be surprised if it ends in 5, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
Cause the Thunder are just that good, man.
Yeah.
Like they really are just that good. So I don't know, bro. It's gonna be a good one though. I'm excited for both the teams. Like you said, it's two small market teams
Mm-hmm.
for the first time in probably forever, to be honest with you. I
Yeah.
really can't think of a time where it's been two small market teams. I know a lot of people said David Stern turning over in his grave right now, but
Yeah.
um it's I don't know. It's two really good teams. You know, OKC obviously defensively is outstanding, and obviously they got, you know, the MVP and Shea Gilgeous Alexander. So they've got a really good they got a really good team from head to toe, and they go about 9 or 10 guys deep too. And then on the flip side, you got the Pacers, who also go about 8 or 9 guys deep, but they're more offensively, right? They're high powered on offense. They're led by obviously Tyrese Halliburton and everything, but Pascal Siakam was your Eastern Conference Finals MVP, and a lot of those guys are playing well. Neesmith, Neimark, Miles Turner has been playing great. You know what I'm saying? TJ McConnell coming off the bench has been playing well for him. So they've got a really good team. So it should be a really good series. But
Mhm.
ultimately, I'm taking the Thunder in 5. I think
Yeah,
the Thunder are just that good, to be honest with you. They're just too deep. Um, and I just don't think the Pacers have enough to slow them down defensively.
yeah.
Um, so but but also I'm trying to see um I'm trying to see when let's see. So it says that um they take so they got a little bit of breaks in between the
Yeah,
games because they was talking about who was that said they wish they had more time. Was that the Nuggets that said that they wish
I
they had
think
more
so.
time in
Yeah,
between
I think
games?
so.
Or was that us or was that the Timberwolves? Somebody said it. But it looks like they giving them 3 days apart in between games, which I think is good and reasonable.
Mhm.
Um so I think that could actually play in the Pacers' favor, but at the same
Mhm.
time, we're talking about a Thunder team that's pretty well rested. I mean, they ain't really struggled at all through these playoffs, and neither have the Pacers. But again, we're talking about a team that and in the Thunder that have breezed through everybody all season long. I mean, they got one of the top 5 records in NBA history. So, I mean, they're here for a reason. And then you got the Pacers who kind of, had to like had to really they went through some good teams over there in the East. So,
Yeah.
um, so shout out to them for making it this far. But like I said, I got the Thunder in 5. But
Okay.
what about you, man? What's your thoughts? You good over there now?
What, does my mic sound good or it still sounds cloudy?
You sound better now. You sound a little bit
Okay.
better.
I don't know what's going on with my mic because this thing is
Yeah.
new, so it shouldn't be acting up. But whatever, I'll figure it out. I talk
Yeah.
loud, so I'm pretty sure I'll be all right. It's
Yeah.
gonna
You
pick it
good.
up regardless. Um, for me at least, I'm with you 100%. I think OKC smokes these guys, man. I think it's just their time, bro. Like, in my personal opinion, I think it's their time. I just think it's just their time, bro. Like, I just think there's no team competing with them. I was a little bit worried because of the age of this team. At this point, man, I don't think it matters, Cam. This team is too good. They're just too good, bro. I mean, there's no other way around it. This team is talented. Um, they just are just a well grouped team that's really fundamentally sound. I'm with you. I don't think this thing lasts 2 weeks, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think it's over in 5. I think OKC is the best team in the NBA. And honestly, we talked about it last week. I don't think they're going anywhere. Like, I think this could be the next Warriors situation. I don't think they're going anywhere for a while. They're really young. They're really talented. Yeah, I just think OKC wins this thing. I think also this is good basketball. Like, I know a lot of people are crying about, oh, small market. We're about to move into that now. Um, but this is good basketball. The Pacers are a really good team. They're really fundamentally sound. They play really, really good defense. And they've just kind of gotten hot at the right time. I think your boy Halliburton has just curbed any overrated narrative about him at this point. But OKC, like AB said in the comments, OKC is a machine, man. I don't think they're getting stopped. I think this thing is over in 5. I think the Pacers just be happy that they're here, not trying to be rude to them or nothing like that, but that's a fact. And then Pacers made it to the Eastern Conference Finals last year too, didn't they?
Yep.
They building something too. They should be excited about what they got going on, but I don't think they beat OKC. OKC's a machine. I think it's over in 5. Now Cam, I just looked it up because we were talking about it, and we're gonna go ahead and transition to kind of like the next subject. Is I think this is the first time in a while that we've had two small market to medium market. Well, let's just say small because Indiana's probably 25 when it comes to media markets in the country, and I think OKC's like 40th or 45th. They're way down the line. This is the first time we've had two small media markets since 2006, 2007, and that was with San Antonio against Cleveland. That was the first time Bron made it to the NBA Finals, and they got swept 4-0. And even with San Antonio is kind of a big town. And at that time, they was in the middle of their dynasty. At that time, they had already won 2 championships in 02, 03, and then in 04, 05. So they were kind of in the middle of their dynasty. But we haven't really seen two small to medium market teams play in the finals since 2006, 2007. So we're talking almost 20 years almost, essentially, since we've seen that. What is your take on this whole small market, big market BS spewed that's getting spewed all on ESPN per usual? All these what's your take on that? Because to me, I'll just give my take real quickly. I just want to see good basketball. I don't really care if it's OKC versus Charlotte in 2 years. I just want to see good basketball played between good teams. I think the only people that should be caring about big market and little market is the TV stations like ESPN and the NBA. No fan should be worrying about that right now, but I feel like it's a lot of fan talk about that, and I don't really understand it. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I don't care either. I mean, it don't matter to me.
Yeah,
Um, I mean, my team is from a mid market, so it's not like we're not really one of the top markets in the league. We're a good market for sure, but um ultimately it's just, I don't think it makes a difference. I mean,
yeah,
it is certain things, for example, certain teams like Charlotte, for example,
yeah.
their market is technically bigger than both Indiana and OKC,
So where
according
does Charlotte
to
rank amongst them?
so Charlotte is ranked number 22
Okay, and where's
in NBA
Indiana
market.
OKC?
So Indiana is 24 and OKC is 28, and that's out of
Okay,
30.
okay,
This is out of the NBA team, so this is out of
right.
30.
Mhm.
Um, so I mean, it's you got, but a team like Charlotte, they've had a really hard time attracting free agents, right?
Yeah,
Because of their market and because of where they are. Indiana has had a tough time getting free agents. They've had to build through the draft and through the trades, right? Um, Whereas the Thunder, they're able to get people because of the history of the franchise. They've been to the finals a couple of times, right?
mhm.
They've and I mean the recent history. They've had uh
KD,
two
Russ,
two
James
MVPs and now
Harden.
three MVPs.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, and Harden on top of that. So
Mhm.
and guys like Serge Ibaka, guys like now they got Shea Gilgeous Alexander. Now they have Paul George was there for a minute. Like they've been able to get free agents because they always have somebody like a top 5 player in the league essentially
Yeah.
on their roster. You know what I'm saying? Um, but as far as the market goes, I mean, as fans, it shouldn't even really matter. I mean,
No.
if you a fan of basketball, then you a fan of basketball. And it don't matter where the teams play, you just watch the game. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter to me. Like I don't really the Knicks are the biggest market in the NBA right now. The Knicks and the Nets, because they're
New
both
York.
in New York,
Yeah.
so they're the biggest market in the NBA, and it's actually not even close. But they haven't been to the finals in years, and it hasn't really mattered. You know what I'm saying? I
Right.
mean, nobody. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? People always laugh about the Knicks not making the finals, so you can't. On the flip side, talk about a team in a small market that does make the finals and say you don't want to watch it because clearly you don't even want to watch the big market teams make it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? The next biggest market in the league goes to the Lakers and the Clippers.
Mhm.
Um, and so obviously there's a pretty big gap after them as well. But um, it's just one of those things where the market size, it's not that big of a deal. Like you said, the
No.
only
It
people
shouldn't be.
that really care about that are your general managers because they're thinking about
Money.
who wants to come and play with them. And then your like you said, your TV people, your ESPN, your ABCs,
Yep.
your TNT. That's who cares about the market size. But other than that, I mean, it's just not really that big of a deal. Let me read you this list.
Mhm.
Let me go in order, and I'm gonna talk about the markets because I actually wanted to bring this up a couple weeks ago. Me and you had talked about it, but so I'm gonna start from. You want me to start from the top or start from the bottom?
I want you to start from the bottom.
All right, I'm gonna start from the bottom. So, what do you think the smallest market in the league is? If you had to take a wild
Ooh,
guess.
yeah, that's a good question. Let me think. Smallest market. I would have thought OKC low key, but now since I know it's not, let's think. Smallest market. Dang, I would have really thought OKC. I
Yeah.
really would have. Let me think for like, give me like 20 seconds. If
So
it ain't
I
OKC,
I
It's in
give
the
you a
West.
hint. I give you a hint. Yeah, they play in the West. I give you a hint though. They're technically people consider this the center of the country, even though it's not in the center of the country. They consider it the center of the country because it's kind of like, most people live on the East Coast, and then you
Mhm.
got a lot of land over on the West side,
Yeah,
but the the epicenter of the country is considered to be here, which is why
I would have thought
a
it was
certain
OKC. Not going. I'm still
yeah
like I'm thinking it's OKC because when I fly to LA, I literally fly right over OKC,
yeah
and that's like the midway point. So I'm still stuck at
yeah.
OKC.
I
Like
don't mean the center of the actual center of the country. I mean the center of like the population density, the center of
maybe Memphis.
yeah, it's Memphis.
Okay,
Yeah. Yeah. So
okay,
Memphis, because that's why FedEx is in Memphis, because that's where
okay.
yeah.
Makes
But so Memphis is the smallest market in the team, or excuse me, in the league, followed by the New Orleans Pelicans, followed by the OKC Thunder. And
sense.
then after that, they get a lot of quality players, but they also lose a lot of quality players. The Milwaukee Bucks is
Yeah.
the 27th biggest market in the league, followed by the team you mentioned earlier, the San Antonio Spurs, actually the 26th biggest market.
Hmm.
Um, and then surprisingly, Denzel said it. Utah is has a bigger market than the Spurs, and
Hmm.
then the Pacers are at 24. The Trailblazers, who I would have actually thought was last, I didn't think
Yeah,
Portland was
I
that
thought about
big.
them too. That's why I said they on the West Coast. 'Cause that was my first guess. Was
Yeah,
Portland.
I actually thought Portland was going to be last, but Portland is 23rd, Charlotte is 22nd, Sacramento, and I guess because this is California, but
Cali.
Sacramento
Yeah.
is 21.
Because they
Cleveland,
technically gonna get a little bit of the Bay Area people too, a little bit
yeah,
probably. So that's probably why. But go ahead.
um, Cleveland is 20. Miami is at 19. Orlando actually has a bigger market than Miami, which
Miami
I
at
was
19 is
surprised
kind of
about.
surprising a little bit. But go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah. Orlando is a bigger market than Miami somehow. They're at 18.
Mhm.
And then my Nuggets come into play at 17, and then the Timberwolves, which I'm not too surprised about that one, is at 16. And then
Mhm.
this is where we get into the bigger market teams. And now, unsurprisingly, like I said before, the East is pretty much where all your
Yeah.
population is. So they're gonna be your bigger market. So the Pistons are at 15. The Phoenix Suns over there are at 14. The Golden State Warriors are at 13. And then the Boston Celtics are actually at 12. So
Hmm.
Boston's market is a little further down.
Hmm.
Um, Washington, the Wizards, their market is a little bit bigger than the Celtics. And then the Houston Rockets is a little bit bigger. Um, I mean, I'm a little bit surprised by this, but I probably shouldn't be. Atlanta Hawks at 9.
Yeah.
The Atlanta
Atlanta metro area is huge, man.
It's huge. It's
Yeah.
pretty big. The Atlanta metro area has a lot of people. It's slightly above Houston. Actually, it's pretty much tied with Houston.
Yeah.
Um, and then the Raptors are at 8. It doesn't give a number for them, but you can just imagine that's pretty
Yeah.
much we talking about Canada now.
Mhm.
Um, and then you
And
got
probably even upstate New York too for them, probably.
yeah, they probably get yeah, I mean Toronto is uh it's a what's it called? It's um a big market over there.
Mhm.
Because you get the other, I forget what they call the it's not states in Canada. I forget what they call
Province.
them. Province.
Province.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Um, and then you got Dallas at 7. So your number one pick holders here. You got Philly at 6, Chicago at 5, and then Lakers and Clippers obviously tied third and fourth, and then Knicks and Nets tied for
Yeah.
first and second. So
But yeah, that makes sense.
um yeah, so I think and when you really look at this list, right? Bulls ain't been to the finals in
Just
what,
yeah,
25 years,
yeah,
27
20,
years?
probably, yeah.
Yeah, almost 30 years now, right? Clippers have never been to the finals. Nets haven't been to the finals since the early 2000s, right?
Mm-hmm.
Knicks
And the
ain't been to the
Lakers,
finals since when they
Lakers
ain't been
went
to the
2000. I mean, 2020. Excuse me. When
yeah,
they went,
Lakers been plenty of times this decade. The Knicks ain't been since what, the
it's like
80s or something like that, ain't it?
yeah, some long time ago, like 50
Uh,
some plus years.
you know what I'm
But they
saying?
was
Philly
no,
ain't been since the AI years, right?
Yeah, that
Dallas
was
was just there
2000,
last year.
2001 was when
One.
they went. Yep.
Dallas ain't been since Dallas went last year. Toronto went, in 19, of course. The Hawks ain't been. Have they ever been? When the Hawks went?
I don't even know, but I know they ain't been in no recent years. I don't think the
Yeah,
Hawks ever even went.
I don't know if they've ever.
Not as the Atlanta Hawks. I don't think they've ever went.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like the St.
Houston.
Louis Hawks when they was there, but not as the Atlanta Hawks. They haven't.
Yeah, Houston ain't been in forever, right? Oh, Houston ain't been since the Jordan retired, right?
Mhm.
Um, Washington ain't been since I don't know if Washington's ever been. They ain't been to the Eastern Conference Finals since the 70s though.
Yeah,
Um, Boston obviously was just won it last year. The Warriors been to quite a few.
yeah,
The Suns went just a couple years ago. The Pistons ain't been in a while since what, '06, I think.
it's been a while.
Timberwolves ain't never been, I don't believe. Or did KG take them there once?
Timberwolves went. Let me look it up real quick. So the Timberwolves have not been in the finals. No, I'm not seeing it even in those years. I'm not
Okay,
sure.
so they ain't been.
Yeah, they ain't been. Yeah, they
So they
ain't
ain't been to
been.
the finals.
He won the MVP though. He did win MVP of the league in 03-04, but he didn't. They didn't go
They
to the
ain't go to
finals.
the
That
finals.
year with the Detroit Pistons and the Lakers went.
Okay. AB and Denzel said the Knicks went in 2000 or 99, one of them.
Yeah,
I know.
98, 99, they went and lost to the
Yeah,
Spurs. That's when the Spurs kicked off their dynasty.
that's the first one.
Hmm.
Uh, Obviously my Nuggets been recently. We won. The Magic. I don't. The Magic went right with Dwight. Did he take them there?
Yeah, they did. It
He
was
took
against
them there.
Kobe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he took them there. We know the Heat have been multiple times. The Cavaliers been multiple times. The Kings ain't never been, right?
Mm-mm. No.
Not that I know of. I know the Hornets ain't ever been. Trailblazers, I don't think have been, right? Maybe they went once.
Maybe in the Clyde Drexel days. Maybe. Yep, I
Maybe.
was right. 1989, 1990, they lost to the Pistons.
Okay. Uh Pacers, they been, right?
Oh, they went in 90.
No.
They went in 92 too. Yeah, that's when they lost to Chicago. That's when Chicago started their little run.
That's when they
So,
started.
yeah.
Yeah, I thought so.
That
Yeah.
was their third of the three-peat, and then they started again when Houston took over for 2 years, and then obviously Goat came back and took back over. So yeah.
Right. Pacers, they're there now and they've been before.
Hmm.
Utah has been, they went twice, right, with Jordan
That
and
was
them.
back in the Stockton days. That was
Yeah,
back in
they
the
went.
Stockton days, I believe.
We know the Spurs have been multiple times. We know the Bucks have been quite a few or a few times. Um, the Thunder obviously have been. This is what their second time as the Thunder.
They went
They
in
went.
11 and 12 against the Heat for sure. I do know that, and they're there now, so I know at least two times for sure.
So there's two. The Pelicans ain't never been. I know that. And then the Grizzlies. I don't think they've ever been either.
I don't think they've ever been either. Yeah. So the
So
point is, yeah, go ahead.
yeah, so really when you looking at the entire league, I mean it's spread out pretty, obviously the Lakers have been more times than anybody. The
Yeah.
Celtics have been more times than anybody. We know that. But I mean, really when you look at it, I mean it's spread out though. So it the market size doesn't really matter, right?
No.
It's not really that big of a deal. I mean, the Spurs had a dynasty. Everybody was pulling for this, well, not pulling for them, but everybody was rocking with the Spurs. Nobody said, oh, we don't want to watch the Spurs in the
Right.
finals. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? The market size shouldn't matter. It's the players
No.
that matter.
Right. No, I agree. I'm right there with you, bro. I 100% agree with you. You ain't gonna get an argument out of me because I'm right there with you, man. Let's talk about Tibbs getting fired. A dude that was just in the Eastern Conference Finals just lost his job. Uh, Me and you have talked about this so many times on our podcast that I don't even really feel like we need to go into deep detail in it. Again, I'm not the biggest Tibbs fan. You know I'm not. You know how I feel about him. I think he runs his players into the dirt. I think he's just. I don't think. I think his basketball style works in 1995, not 2025. Um, I've never really been a big fan of Tibbs because I didn't like the way he did Derrick Rose and ran him into the dirt too. So you know how I feel about Tibbs. He's not the greatest coach, but I just think it's egregious to fire somebody after just making it to the conference final. I'm sorry. I don't care how much I don't like him. Like it does to me, it just does not make no sense to fire somebody that just got you to the conference finals for the first time in 30 years, 20 some years. It just doesn't make sense to me, bro. And again, and it's coming from a Tibbs hater. I don't like Tibbs like that. But to fire somebody that got you to the Eastern Conference Finals just this year, just last week, I think I've said this before and I'll say it again. I think being an NBA coach is the worst job in sports to have right now. You have zero job security at all. You can make it to the Eastern Conference Finals and still get fired. And Karl-Anthony Towns got that boy fired twice now, which is crazy. Floor is yours, man. I don't know what else to say. I'm tired of talking about it because I feel like we talking about this stuff over and over and over.
Yeah, it's like every week in basketball season, man. We be talking about these coaches getting fired left and right, bro.
A coach that don't deserve to be fired. That's the crazy thing. As much
the
as I
NBA,
don't like Tibbs, and I'll be honest, I don't think Tibbs is gonna get them over the hump. I'll be honest. I don't think he is.
Correct.
And they probably don't think that he is either. But just I don't know. The optics of firing somebody that just got you to the Eastern Conference Finals. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Man, the NBA is the only league where you get fired for being successful, bro. That's the only league that you get fired for being successful. Think about it. The NFL, they keep coaches around way too long.
Way too long.
Way too long, man. Over there. Yeah, it's the opposite over there.
How was McCarthy able to keep a job with the Cowboys that long?
That's what I'm saying. And you could really make the argument that it's a similar situation, bro. You know what I'm saying? It was a similar situation. Actually, it wasn't a similar situation because McCarthy couldn't even get them to where Tibbs took the Knicks. So, I mean, it's ridiculous. Matt Rule had the job in Carolina for 2.5 years. Like, come on, man. Come on. Like, he was awful, bro. Marvin Lewis had the job in Cincinnati for like 14 years. And he was terrible. They had like one playoff win in the whole 14, 15 years or whatever it was, bro. Like that's the type of stuff. That's the type of stuff we talking about, man. Like the NFL keep coaches for way too long, and then meanwhile, you look at the last 5 or 6 championship winning head coaches. I'm pretty sure all of them have been fired except for Joe Mazzulla.
I think so. Because Nick Nurse got fired too at one point, didn't he? He got fired because he's somewhere else now.
He in Philly. Nick Nurse gone. Mike Malone gone. Mike Budenholzer gone. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just it's ridiculous, man. Frank Vogel gone. The only one that survived is Steve Kerr and Joe Mazzulla, and they was talking about letting him go. I didn't get that either.
And what you call it too? That's won a championship. What's the Eric Spoelstra? He done stayed alive for a while.
Oh yeah, he ain't going nowhere. Yeah, he ain't going nowhere. Which look, the Heat do it right. The Spurs did it right until Pop retired. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it makes no sense. Like, and I'm with you, bro. Me and you the same way on Tibbs. It's like we both didn't think he was gonna get them over the hump. We both thought the same way. Like he runs his players into the dirt. His style of basketball don't necessarily work.
It don't.
But it kind of worked this year. And that's the thing.
It's this year though a little bit, yeah.
Yeah. And yes, you know, they kind of got a little bit lucky with the injuries, right? With the Celtics, like sure. But at the same time, you can look at every single season and somebody got lucky with injuries, right? You can say OKC got lucky with injuries. They bumped into they had an easy Memphis Grizzlies in the first round. They had the Nuggets, Murray, Gordon, Porter Jr., all of them was dealing with injuries. Westbrook was dealing with injuries. You look at the Timberwolves. Anthony Edwards got hurt in the first game. It didn't really look right after that. So it's like you can say the same thing for every team. Mm-hmm. But I just don't understand firing a head coach after success. Like I said, basketball is the only sport where teams think firing their head coach is the step in the right direction. It makes no sense. I heard it when the Nuggets fired Mike Malone. They said we felt like we're moving in the right direction. And they said once they made it to the second round,
right there.
That's who, and he from New York, I think.
That's who they should
somewhere
hire.
Out that way.
That's who
That's
they
who
should
they
hire.
need. They talking about hiring eternally. They talking about going with I forget the dude name, Bryant, Johnny Bryant or something like that. Because that's who the Suns want. The Suns and Knicks about to get into a bidding war for him. It's
Mm,
the Knicks assistant coach currently, but that's who the Knicks want to hire. But I just think and that's another thing that they do in basketball. When they fire the head coach, they hire one of their assistants. It's like you're not really changing much.
you ain't
Like
changing
what
us.
what
But
what
they
are you
gonna have the
doing?
same philosophy essentially.
Pretty much. You know what I'm saying? It might be a little different, but I mean, it don't change a whole lot. So
Oh,
I don't know, man. It's basketball is weird, man. The NBA is super weird with that. I don't get it. And I was even saying, that like Tibbs ain't gonna get it done. You
yeah,
know what I'm
me and
saying?
you both been saying that. We
We
both
said
been saying
that,
that.
but it's 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 just weird that and I'm not trying to throw my guy under the bus because I think he's a really good coach and I hope he does get himself together. But like a guy like a Chauncey Billups, you know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? Portland has been rebuilding for 2 or 3 years now, and he still got the job. And I think he should keep the job,
absolutely.
but it's just one of those things. Like if Portland said they was firing Chauncey Billups, ain't nobody surprised because they've been
Yeah,
trash the last couple of years. Even though they've improved, they've been bad, right?
yeah,
Um, but a team that just was in the conference finals firing a head coach. I mean, in the NBA, it's almost like it's not even surprising no more. Like
no,
this one don't surprise people on the same level that it was surprising when like the Bucks let go of Mike Budenholzer back in the day, or some other team, like when the Cavs fired Tyronn Lue randomly, like they did. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the type of stuff that's surprising. But
yeah,
now it's gotten to the point where we see it every single year. It ain't even surprising no more. You know? So
yeah. I'm
I
with
don't
you,
know.
man. Like I said, we've talked about this subject several times on this podcast, and it doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I just don't get it.
Yeah.
And I got a feeling we're gonna be having more conversations like this on this podcast going forward.
Look, next year,
Um,
I'm telling you, next year, don't be surprised because the Celtics gonna be so bad next year with no Tatum and no Brown. Don't be surprised if Joe Mazzulla mess around and get fired and we having the same conversation.
Tatum's. I almost feel like Tatum's 100% not gonna play next year.
No, he's not. He not
And
playing
I don't
next
know what the
year.
situation
And
is with Jalen Brown, but if they suck bad enough, they might just go ahead and sit him too for the season and say we're gonna just take a year off.
I'm
Um,
telling you, his meniscus is torn. So that's
oh, really? So wait. That's confirmed on Jalen
yeah, that
Brown.
was confirmed. That was
Oh, so
confirmed.
he's probably gonna be out next year too for a while.
Well, he played on it though, so it's like it's one of them things where it's the same injury that I think Embiid had. You know what I'm saying? But you see what
Yeah,
happened with Embiid, right?
yeah. That's what I was about to say. If I was the Celtics, I'd say get the surgery. Go
Thank you.
ahead, sit out all next year because
Sit
we're gonna
out,
suck
man.
anyway. Because it's gonna be no Tatum all next year too.
Yeah.
And then let's go get the number one pick because they'll probably give it to him because we know how the NBA do with the draft process.
Yeah, yeah,
The AJ
yeah,
Demansky
yeah.
kid is from technically he's not from Utah. He's technically from Boston. So they
Is he
probably gonna
really?
try to give rap them that.
Is
Yeah,
he
if I
really
was the
from
Boston,
Boston, bro?
probably just that's probably the play for them. They probably gonna sit back, wait till daggone October and be like, oh yeah, Jalen Brown's getting surgery. He's not gonna play this year. Tatum we already know Achilles, that's a year injury. You ain't
Yeah,
coming back
and
until the
some
year.
change, a year and some change.
Yeah, so he ain't coming back. So I think the Boston Celtics are getting ready to tank next year for AJ Demansky.
I didn't,
But
I didn't know he was from Boston, bro. That's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah, he went to school. I think he went to like a prep school out there in Utah, but he's from Boston. He's
Oh,
from
okay.
Boston technically. Like, yeah.
Well, they saying
So
they saying they saying the fix is already in for Utah next year to get the pick because they said they pretty much been grooming
it's
him
gonna be
to
Utah or Boston. Either one of them.
put
But
your
I got a
money in now,
feeling.
everybody. Put your money
Yep.
in now.
If
Utah,
I was a
Boston.
betting man, I'd put my money on Boston. I'm not
Well, you are a
guessing.
betting man now. You live in North Carolina, my boy. You
Yeah,
better
technically, yeah, you're right.
you,
Yeah, you're right.
you,
Yeah, I
you
probably
better
go put
you
a
better
money.
go to
Ain't
go to
lying. I might
five
go put
dollars.
it down on that.
Five
Five
dollars
dollars
T.
might turn into 1,500 on
Yeah,
that.
I'm telling you, bro.
Ain't
Might
lying. All
turn
right.
that five might mess around and change your life, boy.
Hello. You feel me? Let's go ahead and talk about some
Gonna
college
make it
football
10.
real
Nah, go
quickly. Let's go ahead and jump over to college football. Cam, me and you have talked about it. Cade Klubnik is getting a lot of hype. going into the 2025 season. A lot of
Yeah.
hype. Clemson, period, is getting a lot of hype. And I guess we kind of talked about it in a couple podcasts ago. But we'll probably jump into it more in the summertime about I'm a little nervous because we getting a lot of hype right now. It's kind of making me a little nervous. I'm not even gonna hold you. But we getting a lot of hype right now, and Cade Klubnik is getting a lot of hype right now. So what we're gonna do tonight is we're gonna play King of the Hill, Cade Klubnik edition. Now this could be players in college right now, former players, all that. I want to see where Cade stacks up against quarterbacks because he's getting a lot of hype right now. A lot of people have him as the number one quarterback in the country and number one quarterback coming out the draft this year. So I kind of want to see how you feel about it. So let's start off Cade Klubnik, King of the Hill edition. First quarterback up, Cade Klubnik or Carson Beck. Who do you think is a better quarterback?
Oh man, I think I'm gonna take based off of last season, it's got to be Cade Klubnik, man. I'm taking Cade for sure. I still think Beck is solid, but we got to see it though. You know what I'm saying? We got to
Yeah,
see it. Last season was a nasty step back for him because, like I said, I thought bro was finna be the number one overall pick. You know what I'm saying? So, uh, so and he ended up having to transfer. So I don't know, man. I'm gonna take Cade though.
yeah.
Yeah,
I think I got Cade Klubnik as well over
yeah,
Beck. I'm kind of with you though. I'm willing to give Beck one more year and kind of see how he does,
yeah.
but I'm taking Cade right now. Cade Klubnik or the dude in his same state, Lenore Sellers. How you feel about that?
Yeah. Man, I still I'm gonna still take Cade. You know what I'm saying? I think this one is tough though, because I really think I've said it before. I really think the best two quarterbacks in the country both play in South Carolina.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And that's my true opinion. I think Lenoris he's still raw. That's the thing about him. He's still raw.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? But the body, you can't discount the body though. You know what I mean? Look how I mean, he made us look like school children running around out there last year. So
yeah,
I can't I can't discount bro. So I think, but Cade is just he was surgical in so many games, man, and he was doing it through the air on the ground. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it was all over the place. You know what I'm saying? He was taking care of the football. So I definitely got Cade, even though Lenore's beat him last year. It wasn't Cade's fault that we lost
no.
the game. It was Wes Badlaw's fault. So I'm going with Cade.
Yeah,
I'm
I
going
think
with
I'm gonna go with
Cade.
Cade as well, man. I like Lenore Sellers a lot, even though I like him a lot. He kind of reminds me of Cam Newton a little bit, but
Yeah.
he got only issue I got with Lenore Sellers. He has got to become a more consistent passer. If he does that and puts that together with his run game, I might will put him above Cade. But until I see it, I'm kind of with you. I got Cade Klubnik. Cade
Yeah.
Klubnik or DJ Lagway from Florida. Who do you got?
Man, Lagway good too, boy.
He is. He
Ah
tough.
man.
He tough.
Lagway, because Lagway, you talk about somebody with an arm on him, boy. Ooh. I'ma still take Cade because again, Cade, this 3 seasons in now. You know what I'm saying? Lagway still inexperienced, so I definitely am gonna take Cade Klubnik for sure. But Lagway's talent is off the charts as well. But I got Cade, man. I think I got Cade for sure.
Yeah, I got Cade as well. Another one, Cade Klubnik, and this is the one he's getting compared to the most, I feel like. Cade Klubnik or Gus from LSU. I'm not even gonna try his last name because I'm scared I'll mess it up. I think it's Gus Nussmeyer. I might be saying it wrong.
Garrett Nussmeyer.
Garrett Nussmeyer. Garrett Nussmeyer or Cade.
Yeah, it's Cade for sure. And I don't think this one's close either. Garrett Nussmeyer, he's good. He's kind of like the opposite of Lenore Sellers. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like he can sling it, but he ain't moving nothing, bro. He
Oh,
ain't moving. So that's pretty easy for me. I don't even really think that was close. Garrett Nussmeyer reminds me of I compared him to like a Mac Jones plus. You feel
yeah.
me? He's better than I think he can be better than Mac. But he still ain't. I mean, we talking Cade Klubnik he's pretty special. So
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't even think this one's close. I think it's Cade by a
yeah,
landslide, in my personal opinion. And we'll get to see them play on August 30th. But
yep,
I think it's Cade. The way Cade played in that Texas game against a top 5 defense in the country, and the way he was just slicing and dicing them boys up, it moved me. I mean, the way he played, period, last year moved me. But definitely in them last two games against South Carolina, and because the only reason we was in that South Carolina game is because of Cade, right? He was the only reason
Yeah,
we was in the
I know
game.
that.
We would have
I
got
know
blown
that.
out, honestly, if it
And
wasn't for Cade's play.
and
To
I'm
be honest.
still mad at Dabo for trying to throw him under the bus in the presser because like you can't sit here and watch the whole game and then say the last play of the game was his fault when you the one that putting the running back out there with a torn labrum and had him
Right.
trying to run a route. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? That ain't his fault. So anyway,
Yeah. Cade Klubnik or Baker Mayfield in college.
oh man, yo, I didn't know you was going. I didn't.
Mhm.
Man, come on, man. That's Baker Mayfield, bro.
In
Is
college, he was special, man.
boy. I'm telling you. I mean, he had Oklahoma right, man. He
He
had
did.
Oklahoma right, and he was slinging. I gotta go with him, man. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
I gotta go with
I
Baker.
gotta go with
Sorry,
him.
Cade. I ain't
He's a
lying.
Heisman winner too. I mean, that's
Yeah, he a
easy.
Heisman
That's
winner
easy.
too. Yeah,
That's
nah.
easy, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I gotta. Let me give you another
Dang.
one. Let me give you another one. Kyler Murray in college or Cade Klubnik.
So now this one's a little bit different because Baker was slinging it for like 3 or 4 years.
Right.
Kyler was really just one,
One.
but that 1 year was special.
Crazy.
So
And he won a Heisman.
and he won a Heisman. So I still gotta go with Kyler Murray. Now if Cade win a Heisman, it's different.
Yeah, because he
That's a
got
totally
two
different
years of
story.
consistent good play at that point.
Yeah, that's a totally different story. So I definitely gotta go with Kyler Murray on that one for now.
Let me
And he
give
made
you
it.
let me
Go
give
ahead.
you three more. Let me give you three more. Four more. Cade Klubnik or CJ Stroud at Ohio State. Very
Uh,
similar careers, low key.
yeah. So Stroud gave you what 2 years at Ohio State?
Mm-hmm.
2 good years. I mean, he was surgical too. And see,
And
Stroud's
missing
game
that
against
last one,
Georgia, Stroud's game against Georgia was reminiscent of Cade's game against
Texas.
Texas.
Right.
So that's tough. Um, man, I'm gonna say, man, I'm gonna say Cade just because I'm looking at what CJ Stroud worked with at Ohio State.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He had all the talent at wide receiver, all the talent. I mean, everybody he threw to it at Ohio State made the NFL.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because he threw to what, Olave and Garrett Wilson, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think he had Ibuka for a year, right?
Yep.
So, and Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Jackson Smith and Jigba as well. Yeah.
So I can't, yeah, I can't. And Cade had a good year, as good of a year last year as Stroud ever had. So, um, yeah, it's Cade, bro.
Two more. Cade Klubnik or Taj Boyd.
Ah, man. Uh bruh. Man, that's TBA. It's still
Yeah.
Taj for now. It's still
Yeah.
Taj for now, but that's TBA though, because listen, Taj he still got the records, like the passing
Mhm.
record. He still got all the records at Clemson, actually. Only thing about him, he just couldn't win the big game, man.
Yep. You took the
That's
words out of
it.
my mouth.
That's
Yep.
the only thing about him. He just couldn't win the big game. And he had a lot of talent too, so it really wasn't much of an excuse.
Yep.
But it's just, yeah, that's TBA. If Cade do something this year, bro, like if he win another ACC championship game, he lead us to the playoffs, get a couple of wins there, even win a national championship, or if he wins a Heisman, then yeah, he's over him. And he actually is within arm's reach of Taj Boyd's
That.
records.
Yeah.
So it really, if he just passed him statistically, I might be able to say he can pass him. But
We gonna have a conversation in the summer about if Cade wins the national championship this year, gets to a national championship, and maybe even be in the Heisman race. Is he top three, not three? We're gonna have that discussion at
yeah,
some point, or top four at least. In the Clemson
he might
quarterback
already be
land.
there, man. He might already be
Right.
there.
last.
He
We're
might
gonna talk
already be
about it.
there.
We're gonna hold off right now. That's a
Yeah,
that's
he
a
might already.
summer in the middle of the summer conversation for the pod.
Yeah.
But yeah. Two more. Deshaun Watson or Cade Klubnik.
Yeah, that's still
Freak
freak
man.
man. He still
Freak
got it.
man.
Yeah, he
Freak
still
man.
got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know who we kidding, man.
Yeah.
Who we
And one
kidding.
last one, man, which I think we both gonna say it: Trevor Lawrence or Cade Klubnik. It's
Yeah,
still
yeah.
Trevor.
Trevor still got it,
Yeah,
man.
it's
He
still
still got
Trevor.
it for sure.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. But I think
yeah.
if Cade wins a natty, and especially if he wins a Heisman, which I think both of those things can happen for Cade this year.
If
He's
look,
like
if
that, man. Things are gonna get spooky.
listen,
They lying.
if both of those things happen, because the way I look at it is this. You know what I'm saying? AJ McCarron won a national championship, right? At
Mhm.
Alabama. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Mac Jones won a national championship at Alabama, right?
Mhm.
Uh Blake Sims, Tua Tagovailoa, Jalen Hurts,
Yep.
they all was in the mix for national championships and
Mhm.
or won them at Alabama.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, I think we can all agree Bryce Young is probably the best quarterback
Oh,
Alabama had
absolutely.
because he
Yeah,
got that Heisman, bro.
he's 100% the best quarterback that Alabama has ever had. At
Yeah,
least in like the Saban era for sure, and
yeah,
probably of all time, really.
yeah, yeah. That's what I'm saying. So that's why for me, it's like for
And he
me,
never won a championship
never won
as
a
a starter.
championship.
As a
Never
starter.
won. That's why I say like if Cade get him a Heisman, yeah, man, I'm ready for the conversation because that Heisman holds weight to me.
Yeah,
That
absolutely. It
holds because we
should.
talking about individual. If we talking about individual accomplishments,
You are
that
the
holds
best
weight.
player in college football that season if you win the Heisman.
Yeah, you automatically that's a one way ticket into the College Football Hall of Fame
100%.
automatically,
100%.
automatically. So yeah, I got yeah if he's able to pull that off and he be the first and only player in Clemson history to have one, man, come on.
Yeah.
If
He'd
he's
have to
able
be
to
up there
pull
with
that
the
off,
Trevor Lawrence's and Deshaun Watson's.
yeah,
Uh let's move on to the EA college football. They dropped the trailer last week. It looked pretty good. I was pretty intrigued with it. I think the game comes out in like 35 days or something like that, so pretty soon. So they're doing
dang,
marketing on it now. They're probably going to market it like crazy the last month or I think it comes out on the 7th early release and the 10th for everybody else. So pretty soon here. July is what I'm speaking of. July 7th and July 10th for the whole world. Uh, I'll give my take on it first. I thought the trailer looked pretty good. Um, I'm kind of excited to see what Dynasty's going. You know me. You know me. I'm a Dynasty guy. I would love to see what Dynasty is going to look like on this game. I think the Road to Glory mode that they did bring high school back, not to its full capacity, but they did bring it back. So I am a little intrigued because I think you're going to get to like choose your school and like do the hat ceremony and all that and decommit and recommit and do all that. I do think that's a good touch that I'm gonna like in Road to Glory. So I might be a little bit more interested in Road to Glory this year. But I'm intrigued. I'm ready to start getting into the deep dives. Uh, yeah, I'm excited, man. You know that's my favorite game. So like I thought this year I was just gonna have it hold me over until GTA 6 comes out, but of course we got another year to wait on that essentially. But yeah, bro, I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of excited about Road to Glory. I know that's your game mode that you like the most. I'm a little
yeah.
bit excited about Road to Glory this year. It seems like it's actually gonna be like pretty good. What you think?
Uh, man, I don't know, man. I liked well the trailer for me didn't. I mean, it didn't really show me nothing. Actually, no, I take that back. It did show me. It showed me that college football atmosphere that they was taking that to another level. Because
Yeah,
I know last year we was really excited about it because it looked good, but this year it looks more realistic.
yeah,
They got a soundtrack now. They got dynamic lighting, I think now.
yeah. Dynamic lighting.
So all of that looks really good, man. All of that looks really good. Um,
Real coaches are in the game. I forgot to mention that.
yeah, real coaches. I forgot about that. Real coaches in the game. So that's cool to me. I'm with you though. I want to see. I got to see it though. I got to see
Yeah,
the road to glory mode. I got to see the dynasty mode. Like the gameplay to me last year was perfectly fine.
yeah. I
It's
was
just
good with
that
it.
It's just the the road to glory mode was pretty bad, and then the dynasty mode, like you said, there were certain things that you wish were a little bit different. They said that they was changing the transfer portal up a little bit. It's more
Yeah,
unpredictable
they
now,
needed
right?
that too. They needed that.
Yeah. So I'm excited to see, kind of what they do with it this year. Um I know that's your game. I know
Yeah,
you big and everything. So um, I'm just excited that this is something that we get to play every single year from here on
yeah.
out. Because the last one was such a hit. So I just hope they don't take it down the Madden route and they don't get real stale and
They
stagnant for
trying
the
to
last
hype up
couple years.
Madden this year real big.
I ain't believing it. I ain't
I'm not
believing it at
believing it
all.
either, bro. I low key was like, I was thinking about it today, like, man, I don't know. I might actually see what Madden talking about this year. But it's like, bro, it's Madden. You know they gonna be on BS. But they are hyping up Madden this year like big time.
But they said it. I feel like they said it last year though, man. I feel like they said. Didn't they say they moved it to a new engine last year,
I
and that it
think
was gonna have
so.
a different look and a different feel.
I
And
think
then
so.
now I didn't play it, so I don't know. But
To me, it
it's
was not good. I didn't like Madden. I think I played Madden for like 3 hours tops this whole year. I was on
man,
NC Dub, man, the whole time. So I don't know. I would like to see people actually get Madden first and play it, and then
yeah,
I might, you know what I'm saying, invest. But man, it just sucks, man. But that dude, Kurt Bearhart or Burnkart or whatever the dude that used to play quarterback in the NFL,
yeah,
he's normally pretty brutally honest about Madden. And even him, I talked to him today on Twitter, and he was saying, like, nah, bro, like, it's legit. Like, because he tweeted something good about EA. And I was like, the EA, like, be honest, bro. The EA paid you to tweet this out, bro. Like, it's all right, bro. You can admit, like, they paid you to tweet it, bro. But he was like, nah, like, and he normally is pretty brutally honest. Like, last year when Madden sucked, he said, bro, Madden sucks. So the fact that he said, like, hey, it's kind of
something
decent. Like,
different.
I ain't gonna lie, I actually like that. I am a little intrigued. But
Yeah,
I'm with you. I think I'm gonna let it play out a little bit first, and then I'm gonna see what's
yeah,
up. But you know, I'm excited about NC Dub.
yeah. No, I
You know
I,
I'm
I know. Yeah, that one. I feel like I don't know, man. Something that one always just connected with me more than Madden ever did, man.
yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
same, same.
I don't know what it is about it. I mean, it was largely back in the day. It was largely like the gameplay itself was pretty much the same, but it's just something about it just connected with me more.
Yeah, no, I
Back
agree.
then. But also, the Madden cover got announced, man. What did you think about
I seen that. It was a Saquon Barkley little jump thing, right?
it? Yeah, the hurdle.
I ain't gonna lie. I mean, I ain't really care for it. I thought it was kind of cheap looking because like they didn't even have a logo on the dude's helmet that
Yeah,
he jumped over. Like
yeah,
it looked kind of. I mean, I ain't really care for it, bro. I'm gonna be honest.
yeah. I ain't either, man. I didn't think it was. I We came a long way from them covers because them covers used to be so good, bro.
Fire.
Back in the
It used
day,
to be fire, bro.
they used to be crazy, and now it's just I don't know what it is about it. Like I
Oh,
like
I
the
kind
kind
of
of
like the
football.
EA college football cover though. I'm not gonna lie,
Yeah,
especially the
no, I
looks.
do.
That jump was kind of fire.
Yeah, the deluxe for sure. I like the college football covers, but the like last year's cover was even well. I think this one was better actually. The deluxe for this
Yeah,
year is better, but
yeah.
the what's it called? The Madden cover, man. I can't get down with that, man.
It ain't been
It's
good the last couple years. I feel like
yeah. I say I did. I kind of fooled with the. I think the Josh Allen cover was pretty cool because he was
it
at
was
least,
alright. Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Josh
he was at
Allen
least
was
with the,
alright.
he was at least in there with the fans. And then they put my boy Lamar on the cover. I thought that one was cool,
Yeah, I knew
but
you was like that.
um,
Well, that was 21, right? Yeah, that was
that
21
was
one
that
cover.
was 21. And then
Yeah,
the Mahomes and Brady one kind of looked like the college football one from last year.
yeah.
Um, and then, but before that, they used to be fire, bro. Like I know this kind of crazy because I hate the Aints, but that Drew Brees cover was fire, bro.
Okay,
That Drew Brees cover was fire. The
okay.
the Vic cover was classic. The man, I'm trying to think the what was that? Favre was on '09. That one was hard.
I think so. The
Which
old
one?
ones were fire, bro, but the new
Sean
ones,
Alexander '07, I think.
yep,
Man,
07.
come on, man. The back in the
Vic,
day,
Vic 04,
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
legendary.
Vic '04. Who was 10? Oh no, 10. Palomalu and Fitzgerald,
Palomalo and
bro.
Fitzgerald was cold, bro.
That one was hard.
Yeah, that
That
was
one,
tough.
that
That
one
was
was
tough.
cool, and then the OBJ one was really cool too. But then they started getting real lazy after a while because that I didn't like the Adrian
Yeah,
Peterson cover on 25. I
yeah,
didn't care for the Richard Sherman cover on 15. I think it was.
yeah,
Um, Brady was on there like 6 times. From
yeah.
like eight. I think Brady and Gronk was on there back to back, and then Brady went on there again with Mahomes or something like that.
Mhm.
But I don't know, man. They gotta get back to the cover game, man. They gotta get back to it, man.
I agree. I 100% agree. But yeah, I'm excited to see what's gonna happen. I guess we're gonna get a deep dive on NCAA probably next week. I'm guessing since they're doing all the Madden stuff. It's still, I think Madden's trailer comes out tomorrow, so I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
they're gonna do a deep dive on like NCAA next week probably.
But
Um, but yeah, that's pretty much gonna do it for tonight, man. That's pretty much all that I had. That we had tonight. If you like this type of content, go ahead, like us on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, if you're listening on Apple, Spotify, whatever, go ahead and hit that 5 star and give us a good rating and a compliment as well. It helps with the algorithm. I was just telling Cam before the podcast, we're gonna have to start jumping back into our summer bag because it's got to get a little dry on the content because NBA about to be done, and we don't think this series is gonna last long. It wouldn't surprise me at all, Cam. When does the series start? It starts tomorrow, right?
Thursday.
Thursday. It would not surprise me by the time we get on here on Tuesday, it's 2-0 already OKC. And we talking about heading to 3-0. It wouldn't surprise me. So
The
I just
series
don't think this series is gonna last that long. We might have like a week and a half, 2 more weeks of NBA content.
basketball. Yeah, I'm
And
about
then
to
I
say
think
it
we're gonna be
might
straight going into football.
it might be Jover next Friday, man.
It wouldn't surprise me, Cam.
Either
It
either
wouldn't
next
surprise
Friday, either next Friday or the Monday after that.
It
Because that's
wouldn't surprise
five.
me at all. I think OKC is that good, man. I'm not gonna lie, I really do. Um, yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. So we're gonna start getting our bag with the content, man. I'm just glad to be back on here consistently with y'all, man. Again, man, appreciate all y'all love and support. Continue to support us, continue to just show love and all that. We got 101 people in the building tonight. Shout out to y'all. Again, just thank y'all for everything. Me and Cam gonna keep putting out this content. And we appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all so much. Cam, if you have anything to say, bro, I'll go ahead and let you have the floor.
Yeah, nah, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all for everything. It's been real. Y'all be on the lookout this week for my gamers out there, man. It's a huge week for us, bro. Huge week, man. So we
Hold on, what's
got
happening this week? You gotta inform me. I don't even know what's happening.
a huge week for gamers, man. So today, actually tomorrow I'm gonna call you. So today we had
Right.
the state of Unreal. So we for my gamers out there, we got to see a look at The Witcher 4. It was like a tech demo, so I thought that was pretty cool. Tomorrow, PlayStation is doing a state of play. So we get to see like a lot of new games be revealed. So that's tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern time, I believe. And then, excuse me, and then the Nintendo Switch 2 drops on Thursday. And
Okay.
then Friday is Summer Games Fest. So that's basically we get to look at a lot of new games coming out in the next couple of years, a lot of good announcements. And then Sunday is going to be the Xbox Game Showcase. So we'll probably see even more game announcements there. And we might get a look at like, the new, whatever the new Call of Duty is for this year or something like that. So basically just a lot of game reviews. And then for my Nintendo players, they get their hands on their new console. So
Okay, that's pretty
yeah,
cool. That's
yeah.
pretty cool. Well, all right, y'all. We appreciate y'all love and support. We're gonna holler at y'all next week. Y'all be easy. Have a good week.